Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads is brought to you by the Team One Automotive Group, Riverview Regional Medical Center, and Family Savings Credit Union. Now, here's Kelli Johnson.
Welcome to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm your host, Kelli Johnson. We've got an awesome show lined up for you today. We've got guitarist, author, and composer Craig Dobbins here with you to share some of his original music. First, I'm going to start us off with an original tune written by my friend Michelle Cohn. This is available on my CD, Kelli Johnson, on kellijohnson.net, iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody. It's called I Don't Want to Know.
I don't wanna know just where we stand. You've got my heart in the palm of your hands, but I don't wanna know. Don't tell me where this will end. The day is so long until I see your face. Sometimes I think that you're my saving grace. I love your kiss, your smile, your everything. But I don't want to think about what tomorrow may bring. It feels so good I could almost cry. I keep taking it one step at a time. Something like this, could it ever last? That's one of those questions that I won't ever ask. No, I don't wanna know how this will end. No, I don't wanna know just where we stand. You've got my heart in the palm of your hand, but I don't wanna know. Don't tell me where this will end. I don't wanna know how this will end. I don't wanna know just where we stand. You've got my heart in the palm of your hand, but I don't wanna know. Don't tell me where this will end. You've got my heart in the palm of your hand. I don't wanna know. Don't tell me where this will end.
Y'all stay tuned for music from Craig Dobbins, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm your host, Kelli Johnson, here with my guest, Craig Dobbins. And right now we're going to get Craig to do his original song, JoJo Bean. That was guitarist, author, and composer Craig Dobbins doing his original song, JoJo Bean. We're so glad to have you here today on the show, Craig.
I've been looking forward to it.
Well, thank you for coming on. I love your music and your finger style playing, and I've got to see you a couple of times live, and it's just, it's phenomenal. And I didn't realize what a really big deal you are. I mean, you're worldwide.
Well, I'm widely known in a very narrow way.
Right. Well, it's awesome to think of a local guy. You grew up in Glencoe, when it's graduated from Glencoe, right? And
right.
You type in Craig Dobbins and tons of stuff comes up. And
right, I must confess, late at night, I type in my name,
just see how you've made it. Your name pulls up everywhere, and you can even type it in wrong, and it pulls up. That's when you've really made it. When you misspell your name.
Right, I do that late at night anyway.
Just misspell it.
Right.
What comes up? You've got 6 recordings that you've played. Is it all your original music?
No, but.
I've got. I feel like I'm a kid in school. Okay, this is your original. Craig Dobbins, right. Finger Picking.
Right.
19 original
19
songs.
And for those who are players, it has the tablature on the CD as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
very good.
That's real high tech.
And psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs.
Psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Mm-hmm. And that one, of course, is not songs that I wrote because I didn't write any hymns,
And I noticed on here, Craig Dobbins does great work. It's a cut above, and that's Chet Atkins saying that.
That is Mr. Atkins, yes.
Yeah, that's no small deal there.
No, he is my hero.
Yeah.
And I was thrilled when he gave me that quote.
Oh, that's a very, and Doyle Dykes also said, Craig Dobbins is not only a fine guitarist, but is equally gifted as an arranger. As a fellow believer in the greatest story ever told, Craig says it well on his guitar.
Well, I appreciate that. I've known Doyle for like 20-something years, mm-hmm. and he's a great player.
That's some pretty heavy hitters, complimenting you and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Finger Picking on the Beatles.
Yeah, that's when I did, just for fun, I recorded that in between other projects. Mm-hmm. And I drove my son crazy in my little home studio doing take after take and overdub after overdub, because I was trying to work in all the guitar parts and the drums, and everything else,
Yeah.
Not that I really play all that stuff, but I was sort of making a valiant attempt.
Well.
And but anyway, it is a lot of fun, and we've sold exactly several copies of it.
Several copies, right. I like to tell people that I sold out, but I don't tell them that I only ordered 10 copies.
Way under 1 million.
Right, yeah. Right. Well, you can get all of these on craigdobbins.com, but your website is it's an interactive. You can find out about you. You can order your music, your books. This is the first one that you write.
Guitar Style of Jerry Reed, right.
Yeah, and that's...
Spent years writing that, and that was finally published in 1994, mm-hmm. and it's recently, let me back up, it was published in 1994, and then it went out of print about 2000, mm-hmm. and so it is recently back in print,
awesome.
And I'm excited about that.
Well, Jerry Reed.
Jerry's an important player.
I agree. And you're going to be playing at the Country Music Hall of Fame coming up on the 11th and 12th.
Next week,
for the Jerry Reed tribute. That's going to be awesome. Will he be there and stuff?
No, actually, Jerry's deceased.
Okay, well, that would be a good thing for me to know before I ask that question.
Yes.
But the Jerry Reed tribute.
Anyway, that's okay.
You can hear some of his playing style when you go.
You sure can.
And this is your latest book, like the black.
This is the latest book. Yeah. But I didn't wear my black shirt today. I wore my white shirt. Mm-hmm. But that's more fingerstyle hymns, so that means that I wrote a book called Hymns for Fingerstyle Guitar.
So this is more.
This is more fingerstyle hymns.
And you can also find more of your books. Your books are available through Mel Bay, Hal Leonard, Alfred Productions. And as a former band nerd, Mel Bay and Hal Leonard, those are the go-to books that if you want to learn something.
They're the main guys.
Yeah, they are. And they're available in all music stores where Mel Bay and Hal Leonard and Alfred Productions are. Online, you can get them at craigdobbins.com. You can get them.
You can get them at Trade Day.
Trade Day.
No,
probably eBay. sell them out the back of your car
Yard
sometimes?
sales.
Yard sales.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the song that you did, JoJo Bean.
Okay. JoJo Bean was one that I wrote without much of a thought, but after I wrote it, I realized that it sort of spins around, it's like just, over and over. And so I was reminded of a friend of ours who lives out in Nebraska, and her nickname is JoJo Bean. And she sort of spins around all the time also. She's always busy. So that's JoJo Bean.
Well, it's a great song and we love it. And I'm looking forward to hearing more of your music coming up. We're going to take just a short break and we'll be back with more music from Craig Dobbins. Y'all make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm here with guitarist, author, and composer, and all-around funny guy.
Oh, really?
Craig Dobbins. Yeah, you have a great personality.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you actually been playing guitar?
About half an hour.
Half an hour? Wow, you've come along great.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in my 50s, as you know, and now I'm 55, and I've been playing the guitar since I was about 6 years old, maybe. And there was a guitar always around the house. It was on a string behind the door in the den. It was my dad's guitar, and he showed me a few chords. And then I took lessons. I went through a 12-week program, not a 12-step program, but a 12-week program when I was 8 or 9 years old. And then after that, it was, trying to play along with the Beatles on record, and June Croce, and of course, Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed and Merle Travis, all of those guys.
Yeah. So you come from a really musical background. You mentioned earlier that your dad loved the Louvin Brothers.
He loved the Louvin Brothers.
You grew up on all that good, solid country music. And do you think that that's influenced you? I mean, I guess of course it has.
Certainly. Yes. My weekends were strange because I would watch American Bandstand, like 11 o'clock in the morning, and then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon I'd watch Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, the Martha White Show, and then Porter Wagoner, and then at 6 o'clock I'd watch Lawrence Welk, so I had all these musical styles and influences. Loved the Beatles and the Beach Boys, but also loved the Louvin Brothers and just a wide variety. Classical music, just a lot of different interests.
You can tell that you genuinely love music, and that comes through. And that comes through in your playing. And you were a guitar teacher for a long time. How many years did you?
Many moons, right? I don't know, from sometime in the 1970s, early 1970s until sometime late 90s, something like that.
Now, I asked if you actively give guitar lessons now, and you said no, but kind of being on the show, you're required to give Carl Brady and I a guitar lesson.
Well, we'll
I
do
don't know
that
if we
later,
mentioned that.
and that probably won't take very long.
Okay.
But anyway,
but
nothing
right
against y'all, it just won't take me very long to...
There's no hope for me. I've been told before there's not much hope for me, so it won't take me long enough. But you don't actively give lessons per se in person. You mentioned that you did a kind of a video stream.
Right, I do online lessons, and just in the last couple of weeks I've been doing lessons with some students in the UK.
Wow.
Which is kind of strange, but they're right there on the computer, and with Skype or FaceTime you can't actually play together, but you can play to them and then they play back to you. So it works out.
Technology is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
And do you play in Gadsden? Annie, I know that you had a couple of shows at the Carriage House, and you're helping put together an event there.
Very good setup. Let me hold this. I think it's supposed to be like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There's a show that we're doing that I am hosting at the Carriage House. It's Richard Smith and Julie Adams, who were some real good friends of mine from Nashville. Richard is originally from London, and he's a studio musician and a studio owner in Nashville now, and his wife Julie is a concert cellist, and they travel the world. And we're going to be fortunate enough to have them here playing at the Court Street Gardens, which is next to the Coffee Well on Court Street. That's the one-way brick street right there in the middle of Gadsden.
By the bank.
Yeah, and that's sponsored by the Family Savings Credit Union, who I think is one of
They're
the
also
sponsors
one of
of this show.
our
They are
sponsors.
awesome.
Thank you very much.
People over there, yeah. And but anyway, it'll be outside in the gardens, weather permitting. If it's not permitting, it'll be inside the carriage house. But that's on the 21st. No, the 23rd, and the 21st I'll be in Nashville at the Reed Tribute that you mentioned with Richard. Actually, Richard's going to be the host of that event.
Oh, wow,
And then
cool.
2 days later they'll be here.
But Jerry
So-
Reed will not be there. It'll
Jerry
be the
Reed,
Jerry
will-
Reed
right?
tribute.
Actually, the Jerry Reed event is the 21st, and then the Hall of Fame that we talked about is next weekend, and I'll be doing 2 programs there. I'll
Awesome.
be
Is there a
doing
link
2
to,
programs.
to your shows on your website, craigdobbins.com?
You know,
a schedule up?
there is not a schedule up right now, but if you're on my mailing list, which there's a link to that on my website, you know, then I'll alert you about all of
There you go.
this stuff.
Awesome. Well, right now we're going to hear another song. This is a hymn medley, is that correct?
Yes, it certainly is.
We'll be right back and we'll hear more music from Craig Dobbins. Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. We forgot to mention earlier that our guest, Craig Dobbins, has a new signature series guitar coming out with Sand Guitars, and you can read more about that at craigdobbins.com. Right now, we're going to send you to our homegrown video clip of the week. This was sent in by Joel Taylor Gibson from Birmingham, Alabama.
Bitty baby, bitty girl, little lady, this great big world. This great big world. All my love to you. All my love to you. All my love to you. All my love to you.
And that was our homegrown clip of the week with Joel Taylor Gibson. Y'all make sure you send in your videos to kacrossroads.com or find us on Facebook at Kelly's Acoustic Crossroads. You can post your video right to the page if you like. Right now we're going to do a song that I've never ever done before, so no pressure there.
We've never done this on stage or screen.
Never, ever. We've actually never performed together, but we are today.
In fact, I've never heard this song before.
Oh, well, good, good. So this will be fun
May I
to
do
watch.
the introduction?
You sure?
This is an old country favorite named Far and Rain.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans he made it into you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought I'd see you again. Won't you look down on me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again.
Sure you want me to do this? All right. I've been walking my mind to an easy time. My back turned toward the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Am I doing okay? But there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. Okay, you take it.
Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend.